What's up, gamers? Welcome to Gamer Rant. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to be talking about an old article from, what was it? November 20th, 2017 on CNBC. Alright, gamers are overreacting to EA's Star Wars controversy. Publishers should raise prices. Alright, so let's just kind of jump into this real quickly. Alright. So, we view the negative reaction to Star Wars Battlefront 2 and industry trading sympathy as an opportunity to add to Electronic Arts, Take-Two, and Activision Blizzard's position. The handling of Star Wars Battlefront 2 launch by EA has been poor. Despite this, we view the suspension of microtransactions in the near term as a transitory risk. Alright? Gamers aren't overcharged, they are undercharged, and we are gamers. This saga has been a perfect storm for overreaction as it involves EA, Star Wars, Reddit, and certain purist gaming journalist outlets who dislike microtransactions, Wingren wrote, if I pronounce that one correctly. Shares of Electronic Arts has declined 10% month to date through Monday. Wall Street is worried controversy over EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 in-game monetization model will hurt the video game sales. Wingren noted that it is not a slightly higher probability the title will not hit its 13 million sales unit forecast. And basically they go on to talk about how basically currently games are $60, and that if you take a step back and look at the data, an hour of video game content is still one of the cheapest forms of entertainment, he wrote. Connectivity analysis show that video game publishers are actually charging gamers at a relatively inexpensive rate and should probably raise prices. So they look at it as a result, the analysis reiterated his overweight ratings for Electronic Arts, Activision Blizzard, and Take-Two, with price targets of $134 to $78 and $144 respectively. Electronic Arts and blah 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 blah. So let's just jump into this bullshit. The individual within the game that wrote the article, or maybe the person, the analyst, whoever, I don't really care. Somebody's claiming to be a gamer, and they ultimately agree that video games should be more expensive, alright? But there's something that a lot of gamers that willfully purchase microtransactions, that willfully purchase cosmetic DLC, fail to actually understand. There is a difference between what we would call a good game, for example, Skyrim, and a quality game, which isn't Skyrim. Are you confused? Let me iterate this. Quality goes beyond graphics, gameplay, and story. Alright, it goes beyond that. The quality of the product shouldn't just be merited on those three aspects. Because, honestly, we could destroy the quality of every fucking game, every popular game out there, even based on just those three categories. Graphics, gameplay, and story. You need an example? RPGs. Alright, there's supposed to be this epic story, and yet just about more than 99% of them are generic, rinse, repeat, same shit, different toilet. Same with FPSs, same shit, different toilet. Zombies, same shit, different toilet. They may have certain aspects of quality somewhere within the game. Maybe it's the quality of graphics, but sometimes even the quality of the graphics is low. Sometimes it's the quality of the gameplay, but sometimes the quality of the gameplay is low. And vice versa for the story. But the reality of it is that all three of these particular categories don't have honest quality within them. Because we live in a day and age where you can go get a game, you could buy a game brand new, come home, put it in your PlayStation, your PS4, your Xbox One, even your PC, and it's a day one update. So tell me again how that is quality. Because that's not quality. That's not quality in any facet that thereof. And you expect gamers, or you think gamers should be paying like $100+ or $78+ for certain games. And I'm sure that they would also iterate that means raising prices of microtransactions and DLC within of itself. How can you sit here and honestly say as a gamer that games should be a higher price when honestly the quality of the game is not there? Because when you look at something like Skyrim, which is like pretty much a critically acclaimed game within of itself, when you look at the quality, it was horseshit. They had glitches up the ass. Some of the glitches were game breaking within of itself. And yeah, you get a lot of gamers out there that, oh, well, this is, Bethesda. They always do this. That's not a pass. You cannot honestly sit here and say that games should be more expensive when the developers don't even care about the quality of their product. You can't sit here and say that video games should be more expensive when you damn well know the publishers do not give a shit about the quality of a game. It's often said that the reason why microtransactions and DLC exists is because game developers and game publishers, more so game developers, aren't making enough money from the individual game sales. And as I've said once, and I will say it again, maybe if you made better quality games, you'd actually make some fucking money. Alright? Let's look at Square Enix, Final Fantasy franchise. When you look at it, yes, it's different characters, but it's pretty much the same fucking story. Somewhere in there's going to be either two stories they love to use. A war, or, crystals are in jeopardy. It's going to bring down the fall of the world. Those are the two main points they usually go with. War or crystals. How do you expect to sit here and say that there's a quality of game when not just the franchise Final Fantasy is done it? You can even look at Dragon Quest. You can look at any other RPG series out there. No one tries to actually create a quality game that is fully rounded with decent graphics, good gameplay, and a story that truly captures people's attention. You look at a lot of people, a lot of gamers say that, for example, a first-person shooter doesn't need a good story because it's all about the gameplay. But when you think about it, if it had good quality on all three of the fucking categories and not just one or two of them, you'd have yourself a quality game. It'd even be more of a quality game if the developers took the time to actually beta test it fully before putting it out on store shelves. You are not sold quality products because the developers and the publishers don't care about it. Gaming has a double-edged sword, and that is the internet. It is a double-edged sword. And the irony from it is when you actually look at it, there are more negative things about home consoles being connected to the internet than there is positive things. And the worst part about this is that gamers have started to accept this. It's becoming the normal thing. Because the individual in this article isn't the only person to defend microtransactions or DLC. There have been other gamers that are not even associated with the industry. They're just an average gamer like you and me. And they defend it as well. How can you sit there and defend something when the game itself has no quality? Because if the developers and the publishers were striving for the quality that would make them money, they would actually do the quality. But instead, we get basically cut and copy pasted stories, cut, copy, pasted gameplay. The only thing that really varies is graphics. I mean, it's either going to be shitty or it's going to look amazing. All right? And usually, if they're amazing, your gameplay and your story is going to be asinine within of itself because they focus so much attention on the graphics. And if you got good gameplay, well then that's asinine within of itself because now they have focused too much on gameplay and now you end up with a shitty graphic game and a shitty story-based game. The quality is not there. You can take any game that is 10 out of 10. Take your favorite game. Guess what? I'm here to disappoint you. The inconvenient truth, its quality was horseshit. Because we're not talking about the simplicity of this is a good game. We're talking about the quality of a game. All aspects that make a quality game. You can't sit here and say that games, microtransactions, and DLC should be more expensive when developers and publishers are honestly not putting in the time to create a quality product that they are honestly proud of. Do we have to remind you of Mass Effect 3? You know, the cut, copy, pasted, alternate colored endings? When Electronic Arts said that they didn't want to, I'm going to paraphrase here, defile the artistic representation of the artists for the different endings. That's a load of shit. Any gamer knows this. Because as gamers, we know it is a lot cheaper to cut, copy, and paste something. There's a fucking reason why you run into 5 billion people in the world of Skyrim that all look and sound the fucking same. Because it's cheaper. They didn't do it because of some artistic representation. They did it because of money. It was going to save money. Don't come in here with this horse shit when you want to sit here and talk about games should be more expensive when clearly you don't even have the full fathomness of making a fucking product. Because that's the whole point of a product. It has to have the quality there. The better the quality, the more people will go with your particular brand or product. This isn't rocket science. You honestly do not need a business degree to know this shit. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form, gamers. This gamer rant. Kevin, obviously. And you know the deal, alright? If you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about the bullshit such as we've just talked about, well, you just might be a part of the motherfucking problem.
Tactical nuke incoming!